What is going on, everybody? In today's episode, I'm going to be talking about how to structure your own fitness program or workout routine. I'll take you along with me for a workout of my own. That's going to be a leg day. And then Devon came into town and we ended up getting a workout in, of course. No, my life does not revolve around working out, but my life does revolve around feeling good, looking good, and being able to just protect the people that I care about most. So at the end of the day, do what makes you happy. Fitness certainly makes me happy, but so do all the other things that you don't always get to see. So don't judge a book by its cover. I hope you guys really enjoy this video today. Don't forget to comment below, hit the like button, do all that stuff. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and enjoy this one. Yes, sir.
I kept fucking with your ass. I'm tired.
I'm about to go smack a leg session. Not looking forward to it, but it is my quad focused leg day, so that is a little bit better than the glute focus, just as far as the will to want to live through it. Let's see how this goes. I'm actually quite excited to utilize the hack squat machine. The gym has one along with a leg press, which I have not been able to utilize in a very long time. So I'm gonna get some B-roll going.
Good morning.
Enjoying our coffee. Look at that.
Babe, you're gonna spill it.
Magical. Oh shoot. Good call. Doing too much. What is up? We're about to go grab burrito. It's our favorite Mexican spot in the area. And I wanted to say, I haven't told Sabrina this yet, but there's a waitress there, a server, who consistently just goes above and beyond. So
Nora.
Yeah, Norma. So
Norma.
The two of us went to just at the dollar store, Five Below, and we made a little goodie bag for her. So we went.
Little goodie basket.
The last time the two of us went together, we gave this goodie little basket to her, whatever you want to call it, and she was thrilled. She literally cried. She hugged both of us, and I told Jacob about this story, and he was actually in disbelief. He was he looked at me in my eyes and was like, that's some good person shit. He's like, you're a good person.
I like making people smile and making people feel good and making people think that, like, hey, this person remembered me, thought about me.
Yes.
So, like, yeah, hell yeah.
But, yeah, we will see you guys there.
Why is it premature on the chips? The chips are so good.
Yes.
And you put the salsa on the taco.
Ooh.
Up on there, too.
Also, peep the Yankees hat. She stole that page out of my book for show.
You bought it for me.
As always, damn, that was good. And as always, of course, as well, I have skipped the last couple times, but these doors on the Teslas are weird, man. Alright, what's up, guys? So I just got back from the gym, smashed a little push workout. I was actually going to hop on today and utilize this microphone, but I realized I haven't used it in a few weeks and the other piece is actually dead. The cool thing is this desk has USB-C ports and I couldn't find one of those little boxes that plug into the wall, so I literally just plugged it into the desk and that is charging here. So the audio on this video might change up a little bit throughout, but I just wanted to kind of touch base on something. My split right now is essentially a push-pull legs, though it's kind of a little bit more intricate as far as the layout. So I start the week with a push A, going into a pull A, and then legs A, and then essentially push B, pull B, legs B. Usually on the weekends, I will just do like an arm day, maybe hit some core, or kind of just whatever I'm feeling, some touch-up work. But I wanted to address a message that I got on my Instagram. And that message is, not sure if you touch base on this, but personally want to get back into the gym and wanted to learn how to approach macros and build a good gym routine. Now, I won't touch much on macros today. However, building a good gym routine is something that I just did the other week, and I'm typically the type of person who tries to change out my routine at least 3 to 4 times per year. Now, that might sound like a lot, but it might not sound like enough at all, but it works for me. So keep in mind when you have these, we'll call them mesocycles. A mesocycle is essentially a training block within each year. You can run a couple all the way through. People run 8-10 different mesocycles depending on their goals, right? So my goals right now are to essentially just get stronger, build a more dense physique, and pretty much just take things to the next level as far as strength goes. In doing that, you have to realize that progressive overload is going to be the number one overall factor at helping you get to that point. So progressive overload essentially is getting stronger each week in some variable way, whether that be adding some weight to the bar, whether that be maybe just another rep with the same weight. There are a lot of ways to track this. I typically utilize just in my notes app the most important lifts for me personally. So for example, this here is like my push progressions. I'm not sure if you guys can see that, but it just kind of goes through the weeks, and it kind of tells me, and I'll leave a little note, like for example, if I felt weak one day, or if I was sick, or maybe if the reps weren't very clean, then I can look back and be like, okay, well, this is where I was just 3 weeks ago. Here I am now. So I'm getting stronger, or even the other way. This is what I was pushing last month, and now I've significantly come down, and it's like, why is that, right? Could it be my diet? Could it be my rest? So there's that. I think progressive overload is absolutely key. I don't think that you can necessarily progress or like beat numbers that you're not able to see. So that's extremely important. That's the first side of things. Track your lifts, track your progress in the gym, get stronger in those key lifts, and be able to translate them into the other fun stuff that you see people doing in the gym, or the accessory work. But my baseline is just taking key lifts that I know are going to build a strong physique. And keep in mind too, muscle is a byproduct of strength. So the stronger that you get, the more muscle mass you're going to put on. Of course, there are other factors like you want to be eating your protein goals, or you want to be hitting your protein goals every day, and be in a caloric surplus or deficit depending on whatever it is that you're trying to do. That's not what we're talking about right now, though. Will we? Absolutely. If you guys are interested in that, please let me know. I would love to touch on that because, as you can tell, I'm very passionate about this stuff. Building out the correct or appropriate training program for you. That is something that I have battled with back and forth for many years. It is something that I've always taken the reins on and wanted to essentially be the person who's making up my own workouts. I've never really followed other people's plans. I can't say I never have, but early in my lifting days, I did. Those times were different, though. I have to say, maybe there wasn't enough research at the time. Social media plays a big factor on a lot of things, especially like the gym and fitness. So at that point in time, people were definitely training a lot differently. But one key factor that no matter what you need to be incorporating in your lifts is the progressive overload, which we talked about, and taking your sets to all out, balls to the wall failure, because the only way to truly maximize your efforts in the gym is to essentially, like I said, take things to complete failure. In doing that, you'll know that you've emptied the clip, you've left it all in the gym, and you know that you've truly exhausted yourself to the point of now next week I can focus on actually getting stronger. Because if you leave a couple reps in the tank and then you come back the next week and you utilize those next couple reps, you're going to be like, oh wow, I'm getting 80% stronger week over week. That's not how it works. But back to the main point here. When you create a program, you want it to be something that you know is going to challenge you, but also something that you know you're going to maintain accountability for. So for example, I've gone through upper lower days, push pull, full body. I haven't done much of full body, but I've incorporated them in my life. What works best for me is being able to separate my muscle groups to be able to be hit at least twice a week with about anywhere from, the literature backs this, anywhere from about 7 to 14 sets per muscle group per week is where you'll see the most growth. And of course that's subject to change based on just your experience in the gym. Right now though, I'm running this push pull leg split. Push A is my chest focus day, where I primarily focus on, of course, chest, and then I'll finish out the day with triceps, because that is, of course, the contrasting muscle that you're using when you're, of course, partaking in those movements. I finish every day with abs. However, my first pull day of the week is a lat focused session. So pretty much the outer back, right? The horizontal aspect of the back. And then my first leg day of the week is a quad focus. So now let's get into the second focuses of the week, and my push B is a delt focus. So still doing push movements, however, now focusing a little bit more on shoulders, whether that be rear, front, or lateral. So that's the push B focus. My second pull day of the week is an upper back focus. So a little bit different. I am targeting the upper back, still incorporating biceps with my pulling movements, because as you're pulling, you are utilizing your biceps. So you might as well just continue to tax them as they're already, being utilized. Legs B is a glute focus, so more of the rear side, so the hamstrings and then glutes, of course. And that's pretty much it. So push-pull legs, A and B. My workout selection is subject to me. My rep ranges are subject to me personally. I know my body and what stimulates the most growth. Maybe, I'm not a scientist by any means, but I do know myself the best. So I know what it's going to take to push myself and what it's going to take to essentially take my physique to the next level. Now, when we're talking about building out a perfect training program, you need something that is definitely going to challenge you. You need to incorporate the aspects that I've mentioned, such as progressive overload and taking things to complete failure, but with perfect form. The form is pretty much the overall foundation of what we're even talking about today. You want to incorporate a slow concentric and a full eccentric aspect of the movement. So for example, when I'm working out with people, oftentimes they'll hear me say, let's get a deep stretch, a nice slow deep stretch. So really break down that tissue. Utilizing the upward portion of each movement, it's going to be explosive and controlled. But the bottom line, you guys, is when you are building out a program for yourself, you want to be able to select things that you know you will be able to show up for day in and day out, week over week, and actually put the work in and want to get better at them. We don't want to select boring workouts, and we don't want to select things that aren't really going to do a whole lot for us, if that makes sense. So I write workouts up for a lot of people. I don't really do like the whole personal training thing much anymore. At one point, I was taking on about 15-ish clients per month. Right now, I've got just a couple, my girlfriend included, who I'm extremely proud of. Her physique has completely changed, and she's like, right now she thinks she's like in the prime of her physique stage. So that's awesome to see. We are working on a few different things, and that's been a work in progress to say the least. But it is really cool to see the work come to life and to see that I actually do know what I'm talking about. So if you guys are interested at any point in time in just learning how, or even if you want to program yourself from me, definitely let me know. We'll talk about what your goals are. We'll talk about what it is that you're trying to achieve, and things such as how long you've been in the gym, how many days a week you can get into the gym, because availability is a whole other aspect in and of itself. I do understand people have kids, people have full-time jobs, but you make time for the things that you care about. So at the end of the day, that's kind of just my belief on it. But building a program for yourself, it's one of those things that you just have to be able to stay accountable for, right? It's something that it does take time. I've been at this for years, and I've got so many programs from over those years, and to just see the development from way back when I was doing, just completely tearing my muscle off the bone, doing 4 sets of 15 by everything, and I was in the gym for 2.5 hours every single day, to now where it's like, I'm trying to get the most bang for my buck. I'm trying to maximize my efficiency in the gym. I'm trying to pretty much, I love being in the gym, don't get me wrong, but I'm trying to spend the least amount of time there while leaving with the most amount of gains. So that's kind of my take on it. The nutrition stuff, it's obviously far more important than any of this gym stuff. But however, at the end of the day, I think that I could make a whole separate video just on the macros and calorie intake, things like that. So wanted to at least just get on here and address that for you guys. I did just finish up a great week of just kind of spending some time with the girlfriend. She was in town for about a little over 6 days, and we had a wonderful time. So she really likes the new place. It is definitely something that is coming together, but we did a lot of fun stuff. We went out to some nice dinners, spent some time with my family, which means the world to me, as you guys know. Made some really cool TikToks. And wanna come up? But feeling a new sense of motivation. I've got this energy that has just come over me, and I'm super excited to be able to utilize it in the ways that I know I can, in the ways that I know that I thrive the most while doing so. I definitely took a little bit of a hiatus here from the long form content. I have not taken a break from short form whatsoever. I've been posting consistently on TikTok every single day, no matter what, at least 3 to about 6 times a day. The YouTube, definitely I could do better on, and I will do better on for you guys and for myself, because I want to document this journey. I definitely think that it's one that is going to be worth documenting. Well, I know that it is. With that said, I've got Cam's wedding this week. It's going to be a great wedding. This guy is like going all out. It's it's crazy to see like a best friend and a brother, right? Someone that I seriously consider a brother, Just wanted to say, always show up for your friends, always support your homies, because you never know what endeavor you might be taking on, and you'll want their support down the road when that time comes, believe me. So always be a good person, always show up for whoever the hell needs you to show up for them, within reason, of course. Don't let yourself get taken advantage of. But life is good, no complaints. Just locking into my fall winter arc. We're still about a week out from fall actually being official on the calendar, but I'm going to get some work done here. It is Monday. I hope everybody has a great week. I hope whoever sees this video can take something from it and learn a thing or two. I know I learn something personally every time I get in front of the camera and talk to you guys. So again, just wanted to say thank you for all the support. Let's hit 200 subscribers by hopefully the end of October. I think we're about 65 away. I think that's an absolute realistic goal. It is a bit of a stretch goal, but you know, at the end of the day, if your goals don't scare you, I think that they're too small, right? So let's make that happen. 200 subscribers, end of October. Thank you guys again for watching. If you like this one, please comment below. Let me know what it is about this video that you did like, and I'll catch you all in the next one.